Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Winning Streak. I'm your host, Bryson.
And I'm Zeke.
And today we got a special guest with us for our first podcast interview. We got Kyson Brown with us from the ASU running back.
Yo.
So it's going to be going over decent list of questions today. Calling this segment Running Back Rundown. We talked about it on the Instagram a little while ago, so now we're finally getting it done. So to start us off, can you just tell us about like your journey in football from when you first started playing up to now?
So starting off, I think I started playing around like 5.
5 years, okay.
And usually like 5-year-olds, they start at flag or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I started playing with like tackle right away.
Straight into tackle.
Like my folks, I don't know how I did it, but I ended up lying on my little registration thing, and I was able to play with the other kids. So that's where it all started.
Like 6 and 7-year-olds?
I was playing with like 6 and 7-year-olds, like tackle. Live. I think it was like 8, 9, 10-year-olds. Because I know it was flag, and then it's the next level. Like,
it's like Pop Warner and shit, like levels 2.
I started playing at like 5, but I was already like going crazy.
Yeah.
But I played in middle school. That's when I figured out I was like tough. Like in middle school, I was playing against like some tough guys. That's when I started playing in Texas, and we played against schools like Prestonwood. Some real Dallas schools.
Some solid teams, yeah.
Yeah, so that's when I figured out like, I could really be good at this. So I mean, throughout middle school, I was already like, it was like kind of coaches recruit me like to go to different high schools.
Oh wow.
So that's when I was like, oh, I'm finna hit another gear.
Yeah. So
my freshman year I played in Mississippi, and that was a pretty good experience playing it. Like it's different football down there. Like everybody, it's so grimy. Like everybody trying to get it, and like it's just a different breed of athletes down there. So
down in Mississippi or in Texas?
In Mississippi. So I played there. I moved to Texas. I played in Texas. So I mean, I really played everywhere. I done played the best brand of football. So pretty much. Yeah.
What school were you at in Texas?
I was at Lancaster. It's in Dallas.
Oh, dang, yeah. I do know Lancaster. That's a good school, too.
Yeah, I just came out of there.
And then, do you have any, like, memorable moments from specific games that, like heightened your knowing of that you were going to go far with football?
I would say, like, I started when I was younger. So when I played in Pop Warner or whatever in Mississippi, I scored, like, no exaggeration, I scored like probably like 9 times in the game. And like they kept calling it back, and it was just like giving me the ball, and I just kept going.
It's kept doing the same thing.
I'm like younger, and I'm playing against all these older people, so everybody looking at me like, who is this kid?
Yeah.
So of course everybody was like, he going somewhere.
You're that much more dominant than everybody else.
So they like he
like
going
4
somewhere.
years younger too.
So that's when I was like, that's kind of how I was like, I did not say above anybody, but I feel like I was like that.
Yeah, you knew the level you were playing was
amongst the people I was playing with. So, and then I say in high school, well, I already like had the knowledge that I was gonna go to the next level, but I say a game that I was pretty much like, against West Mesquite. I had like 250 yards in the first half, and I didn't play the rest of it. I scored 3 times just like that. Every time I touched the ball, it was like that. So, I mean, I think I only had like 10 carries that game too. So
250 on 10 carries?
Nah, it was crazy. And like,
I was watching some of the highlights earlier when I was trying to get some more of the questions down. You were very fast in high school too. Do you know your 40 time in high school?
Unofficial 4.44. And then laser 4.44. Unofficial 4.4.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, I got track times too. So.
I was gonna say I saw that you did track as well.
I got track times.
What was like the events that you competed in? Did you do just track or did you field too?
I did the 100, the 200, the 4x1, the 4x2. I never touched the 4x4 or the 400. I would never touch it.
Never did distance?
Nah, I never did distance.
Yeah,
but in middle school I did like shot put and stuff, but I stopped doing that.
Just wasn't the thing for you. Yeah, I get that. I feel like it's a common thing along like really good football players to do field events and track.
I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, I get that. And then, like, growing up when you were playing Pop Warner, was there, like, specific players you looked up to?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much it's just like everybody else. I'm pretty sure everybody looked up to Odell. Like, Odell,
for sure.
Odell was him to me. I ain't gonna lie. Odell and Jarvis Landry. Those are the two guys I wanted to be most like as far as the play style, the drip. Like, everybody just wanted to be like them.
The cut-up socks. All
the cut-up socks, everything. But I say in my position then, I always looked up to Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah,
I always looked up to Marshawn Lynch, and that's one running back I always wanted to.
Marshawn.
I just wanted to be like him.
Beast mode.
Yeah, like just everything about him, like his tenacity, the way he runs, just who he is. Like, he got that swagger.
Yeah.
As a running back, you gotta have that swagger.
He has to walk in knowing he's him to anything that he goes.
Like,
that's
he walk in the room, he gonna command the room. So it's like,
exactly.
But yeah, that's probably a running back that I want to die. Like, viewed as like one of my, people I wanted to be like.
Yeah. So, like, growing up in Mississippi, I know that you said it was like a whole different game there. Were you ever looking into Arizona or ASU, or what was the plan when you were there?
When I was in Mississippi?
And, like, you said freshman year you were in Mississippi?
Yeah, I was a freshman. So, like, my recruiting didn't jump off the ground. I didn't know much about recruiting when I was a freshman.
Yeah.
Like, mind you, I knew, like, it was a level, like, okay, you was going to college, but I didn't know, like, when you started getting recruited. I didn't know, like, how people did it. I always thought just, like, I mean, one day you just got offers in there.
Yeah.
So I never knew the whole process, and nobody ever taught me in Mississippi. So that's probably, like, the difference, I'd say, between Mississippi and Texas, because I learned all that fast in Texas. But in Mississippi, like, it was some coaches. Well, my coach would tell me, like, oh, Mississippi State asked about you, or, Ole Miss asked about you, or, like, Southern Miss asked about you or something like that. But I didn't really know much about college football then, so I wasn't really looking into schools. I had dream schools I wanted to go to,
of course.
but I wasn't looking, like, here. I wasn't looking in specific places.
Yeah. What were some of, like, the dream schools that you had in mind?
I can't say. Because now I'm in college.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, so I'm not going to say it.
I get that. And then what was it like? Like, I know you said it was completely different, but going from, like, the high school football in Mississippi to Texas high school football.
Yeah, it was different. I think the biggest difference is, like, Texas is more like, it's more, football is more out there.
Yeah, football.
So it's a lot of different people are more finesse, like more skilled.
Yeah.
In Mississippi, you can have, like, big athletes that's just raw talent, like.
Yeah.
But in Texas, people train players. I mean, high schoolers are training more and more. Like, in Mississippi, it's barely people don't train that much. Like, well, at least then they wasn't. Like, I wasn't hearing about people going to sessions where different athletes was gonna be professional athletes was gonna be.
Just pure talent.
Yeah, in Texas, you got alumni that's gonna coach up other people, and then 707 wasn't that big in Mississippi when I was there. So I mean, that's probably the biggest difference to me.
And then we're like, throughout your career, even like in the past few years or at any point, was there like any doubts or any things you wanted to explore other than football, or was it just always football, no doubts?
No, it was never no doubts. Like, I always knew this is what I wanted to do. Like, I mean, I have other, like, talents and stuff like that, but this always has been my dream. I mean, I never wanted to do nothing other than play football.
Yeah, I completely get that.
Yeah.
Then you want to ask the one that you had about the? I got it right here if you want it.
I can expand on that question too, because I did have, like, I never had any doubts, but, like, it was just a point where, like, football was just I didn't get to play for a whole season. So
what year was it?
It was my junior year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I didn't have doubts, but I was low key, like, worried almost.
Especially like that late in high school, it's a bad feeling to have to sit out.
Nah, facts.
Is there a transfer thing, or is it like?
Yeah, it was a transfer thing. So when I transferred from Mississippi to Texas, actually, I transferred my sophomore year. I played my sophomore season in Mississippi, and then I transferred, like, the next semester. So when I transferred, they said I moved for, like, athletic purposes.
Yeah, they do that everywhere. It's really dumb.
Texas is big on just everything. I don't know. They just. But I had moved the whole semester before I even played. Before the next season came.
I never understood that. Like,
yeah,
why they do that.
It was crazy, and then so we went through a whole like appeal process, and it was just bad. Like it was discouraging because like I'm sitting here watching everybody else get the chance to play and do what I love to do, and it was like I just got to sit back.
Yeah.
So that was probably like the lowest point of my like football career to where I was like, dang.
Yeah.
I don't know how this gonna look, but I was just learning like I really just have to keep the faith and just really trust in God for real. So but yeah, it was late in my recruiting process. It was like
that'd be the rough time, and I would assume.
It was my junior year, mind you. I'm going into my senior year with no offers, so it was like dang, like am I? Yeah. It was like dang. I mean, I want to play college football, but like I ain't got no offers. I ain't got no like exposure for real. I ain't played in Texas yet, so it's like it was kind of
kind of still up in the air at that point.
Yeah, it was up in there.
Yeah. Okay. So you had offers in state in Texas from like Houston, SMU. Well, I mean now they're Power 5, but like what made you choose ASU over staying in state?
I think just the vibe I got from the new coaching staff and just being here. So when I was committed, Herm Edwards was the coach here at first. So whenever he got fired or whatever, Coach Apono became the head coach, and that was my position coach. So I mean, we just talked. He talked with me like all the time and just reassuring me that no matter where he was at, he wanted me to be there. So I mean, we chopped it up. He chopped it up with my family. We got closer and closer. So throughout the recruiting process, he kept it 100 with me, and he was one of the first coaches that offered me like when I started getting offers. So I really took that into accountability, and then
he just played a big part in your football career.
Yeah, for sure. And then it was like he showed that he believed in me early. Like many other coaches they had offered me, but they wasn't really like just putting in as much effort as he was. And you could really see. You could see how genuine he was, and then so when Coach Dilly got the job, I mean, it just paired perfectly because he just reassured that they were happy to have me on board, and then this ended up being like one of the best schools for architecture and engineering, and that's my major.
Is that your major? Yeah. I was trying to look that up, but I couldn't.
Yeah, so that's my major. So I mean, and then my parents are big on academics.
Yeah, I saw you had a 4.6, correct, in high school. That's pretty wild. That's a very good GPA.
I ended up getting into honors college, and so they was happy about that. So I mean, it just ended up being a perfect match. So
how were you able to off topic of kinda, but how were you able to juggle having a 4.6 and being one of the best football players you knew?
I mean, it was ain't a lot. It was tough, cause I mean, you see a lot of other people slack, and it's so easy to slack.
It is, yeah.
It's easy just to miss an assignment, but it's kind of like I kind of got you just gotta have respect for yourself. You gotta just want to do better. Yeah. I don't know. I just can't sit there and just accept a 0 or a bad grade on something. So I always wanted better. So I try really, just as hard as I try in the field, I try in the classroom, honestly. So that's kind of how I juggled, school and stuff. I mean, it was hard, but I stayed up a lot of late nights doing essays and studying for some tests. But I mean, it ended up working out well. But it's really just applying yourself, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, if you apply, I feel like anybody could do it.
And then you had your next one, I think. The football program one.
Oh, what excites you most about being a part of the football program here at
ASU? What excites me the most? I think it's a lot of exciting things about me. You got the coach, you got the offense. I think the most exciting thing for me is just the position I'm in. I feel like I'm in a pretty good position. I'm a freshman getting to play early, and then I'm in a dynamic offense with a lot things that fit just for me.
Yeah.
The play style, it fits my play style perfect. Like I came from the high school I came from. I did the exact same stuff I'm doing now. So I think that's most exciting for me because I'm in the best position to win. So that's kind of it's kind of exciting being in this position. So something else that's exciting. It's just the program. I get like, of course we're losing now. Yeah. But it's like a lot of things people don't see. Like people don't see like the injuries and the different kind of just the different stuff we're going through. But like I can already see the program is finna skyrocket. Just
I mean, there's been a lot of changes recently. I mean,
and I feel like of course a lot of people expecting coach to make a impact immediately, but I
it takes time.
I mean, like around the facility, you could feel the energy, and you could feel like we just ready for an upgrade. Like we finna. I feel like it's just from the skyrocket, and it's exciting being a part of that process.
Yeah, and then that kind of goes into this question actually. What are your goals for the rest of the season, and I guess just the rest of your career, team wise and individually?
I say team wise, for the rest of the year. I mean, I just want to grow. Just going to grow amongst the people in the locker room and just build with the team. Of course, we want to finish out the year strong. Just compete and just give it all we got. So I mean, individually for the rest of the season, I think I just want to work on just getting back to comfortability, like playing more comfortable. Like I think the first couple of games I was playing a little timid, but I think
it's new to college and stuff.
So it was kind of like I was almost like walking on eggshells, scared to make mistakes. But it's like, I kind of embraced it now. So it's like, just now you got the groove of it. So just finish strong and just play how you play. So I think that's where I'm at as far as for the rest of the season, just playing more comfortable. And then as far as for my career at ASU, I plan on staying here my whole, time in college. But I want to break the rushing record. So I think it's 3,600 or something, and that's doable to me. So that's my goal for my career at ASU.
That's a good goal too.
Confidence it gets you where you need to go.
Facts.
100%, especially in college football. That's all. That's the main thing. Then I accidentally skipped this one. So along with the scholarships that Zeke had mentioned, you had some from schools like Louisiana Tech, NAU, Bama A&M, Purdue, and more. And I think you said ASU was one of your first offers, but did any of those ones spike your interest?
Missouri, Tulane. I had got an offer from TCU late, but it was just. So TCU was in there too, but that's really it.
And then when you saw that you were in the ESPN's top 50, what was your reaction to that initially?
I didn't even know at first. Like somebody else sent it to me. That was like, I think it was one of my friends or something that had ended up sending it to me, and I was like, I think it was my brother who sent it to me, and he was like, you're a top 50 running back in the nation. I was like, for real? And then he sent me the link, and I was like, oh, that's cool, I guess. But I was kind of mad too, because I was like, you telling me it's 49 other running backs better than me, and I was just looking. I was just looking at players I felt I was better than. I was like, yeah, he shouldn't be right here. He should be right here. So I mean, it was cool to see, but then when I really looked at it, I was like, bro.
It's kind of like I'm trying to think of the word. I can't think of it.
You thought it was low-key disrespectful?
I low-key thought it was disrespectful, bro. Yeah, but I already knew like from when I first came to Texas, I already knew stars and all this stuff was just for show. Because I played against, I done ran one-on-ones against 4-star DBs, 5-star DBs. I done been around a 5-star receiver and I done seen a 5-star DB get clamped up by nobody. I done seen a 4-star corner get ratted up by a nobody. So it's like, how do you really rank people?
It's just off of exposure.
It's really about exposure. Because like I said, coming from Mississippi, I didn't have no exposure. I think that was my if I had the exposure many people in Texas had early, I probably would have been one of the best recruits, like top recruits in the nation. But I mean,
where do you think you would have ranked if you went to Texas all 4 years?
I think I probably would have been like a 5-star. Probably, I would say, I don't know how they like rank like 5-star plus, but I definitely would have been up there, like just because I seen a 4-star, like I seen a 4-star running back. I mean a 5-star running back now. I seen a 5-star running back. I played against a 5-star running back, so it's like, and I was better than a 5-star running back.
Yeah.
So it's like,
just got exposure too late then.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't really like look at that as like a value to myself. I mean, I just see this as how other people look at it. So I mean, it is what it is.
It's all the people who like are just looking at the stats online and looking at the list.
I mean, it's all just really for sure. I mean, it's like once you get to college, all them stars go away.
Yeah.
Now you just mano a mano. You gotta get it just like everybody else. It's other 4-stars and 3-stars in the same locker room as you, and they don't care. So.
So do you feel glad now that you kind of get the chance to prove that you should have been higher up on that list?
Yeah, for sure. Like that's kind of my whole mentality. Like,
just prove it wrong.
Just proving, not even just proving, but like proving what I already know to be true. Like, I'm already
like chip on your shoulder.
I already know I'm him, but like clearly everybody else been playing with me. So it's like, that's really how man attack me. Like, just trying to prove to myself and prove to everybody else really.
And then we got this one was a sidetrack question because my teacher actually mentioned it, and I was like, I definitely should ask that. Where did you get the nickname from?
Well, Sip.
Yeah.
I came from Mississippi, so when I moved,
I didn't think about that. Should have thought about that, but
yeah. So like when I moved, I moved to Texas. I moved from Mississippi to Texas when I was like younger too. So when I played in Little League in Texas, I was like they used to call me the kid. Like, mind you, I had the Odell hairstyle. Odell hairstyle.
Yeah.
This was like, I think this was like 11, 12 or something like that. Or even 11, 12. So I had the Odell. They used to call me Odell at first because I had the Odell haircut, like, and then I used to wear number 14. So it was like he right next to Odell number. So, but then one coach didn't know my name, and then he was just like, "Where the boy from Mississippi? Where Mississippi?" And then they called me Mississippi, so everybody started calling me Mississippi. So then, like, as the nickname kept like going around, it just got shortened to Sip. They was like, "Yo, Sip, instead of Mississippi." So, I mean, it just kind of stuck since then. Like, everywhere I went, people knew me as Sip. So that's kind of where that nickname came from, and I embraced it. So
for sure. And then when you approach your role as a running back, like what skills or attributes do you rely on to succeed in your position specifically?
Definitely being able to catch more. Being able to catch and be explosive. Like those two traits to me, I think separates me from everybody else. Like if you could catch in this game now, as a running back, you're gonna be valuable. Like the old age of the running backs is dying out. Like no offense to like the greats, but like Derrick Henry, his running style is like dying out, like just straight downhill running backs. I mean he got speed on him too, but I'm saying like that style of running is like dying out. So you got to be more versatile in this game today.
It's not sustainable for injuries.
And like you live longer if you able to be out in space and catch more. So I mean, that's what I probably pride myself on most, just being able to work out in space and catch, and also running routes and just being able to do run routes just as good as a receiver and be just as versatile in the backfield. So and then also like being explosive. Nobody want a running back that's gonna get you like down the field just 2 or 3 yards of play. You wanna have a running back that's gonna get you 25-yard plays, like that's gonna get you down the field or like shift the momentum. So like I feel like I'm that type of running back. Like I can shift the momentum. Like I can get you a 30-yard play on a simple run, or I could catch a screen and take it to the house. Like I think I'm that type of running back.
So kind of with that, then just the whole career, did you ever have interest in any other positions then, like receiver?
Yeah, I played everything, but I think because really my freshman year I didn't play running back until my sophomore year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I played DB my freshman year, and then they moved me to running back because we had lost our running back. And I never had played running back. Well, I played in Little League, but everybody played everything.
Yeah.
I think I played quarterback before in Little League. So that was my first time really playing running back. Everything was new, but I was a natural athlete, so I already knew like what to do. But yeah, other than running back, I think I'd be a pretty good nickel. Like I could hit.
Yeah.
I could hit. Like that give me a rush to hit. I kind of like it. I played in high school a little bit too, so it's kind of fun.
Yeah. You want to do the last three for you?
Yeah, I got
you. Go ahead and get some in.
Okay, so being a highly regarded recruit, how did you handle the expectations and pressure that come with it, and being on and off the field?
Man, that's a good question. Cause like once I ain't gonna lie, I blew up fast. Like everything blew up fast, and so I became like somebody that they wanted fast. So like how I dealt with like all the pressure, I really only received pressure from like college coaches and stuff, and then kind of my parents kind of like was like on me hard after like I started blowing up, cause then they was like, all right, now college is a reality. Now you gotta like carry yourself a certain way, or you gotta get ready for a different stage.
Yeah.
Or like it was more like the business side of football, cause like college is a business.
Yeah, for sure.
So they was like pressuring me hard on just learning how to deal with certain stuff, and and like coaches they was just pressuring me on like committing and coming here and coming to visit here. But like I just dealt with all that was just like simply just keeping my mindset inside the season, because this happened all during the season. So I was just like really trying to focus on football. Just like don't really pay all that stuff no mind. Just focus on football and focus on finishing out your senior year strong. Enjoy like your friends and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's really how I dealt with like all that. I didn't really harp on it too much, because I already knew like everything was gonna be taken care of. I'm gonna land where I'm supposed to land. So I was just like, let me just sit back and just woosah really. That's really how I handled it though.
So have you encountered any challenges or setbacks throughout your football journey?
Yeah.
And how did you overcome them?
Yeah, I had.
Junior year situation.
Yeah, that was big for me. But like, I got in a car accident too when I was like 12. And I would they said I wasn't gonna be able to play football, so I didn't play football for like 2 years.
Oh wow!
So I didn't play football until I like moved
freshman year, basically.
until I moved to Dallas, and then then I go on through middle school. I played pretty cool, and then once I moved back to Mississippi my freshman year, I thought like, all right, I'm getting the hang of it. Played my sophomore year. I went off my sophomore year. I was tough. And then I moved to Texas ready for like another big year. And then wham, that was like, you can't play.
Yeah.
So I think that was like the biggest challenge I ever like faced, because that's literally so humbling.
Yeah.
Like bro, like just sitting there literally going every day and watching other people like work towards the game. Like I used to practice everything. I used to practice and lift weights, all that. Like be in the playbook. I used to be everything. Like, and then come Friday, I just had to put on a jersey, and that was like, man, just seeing like everybody face like ready for the game, ready to play. That was like one of the most like tough moments I had. Like, but every Friday it was just like that. So it was like,
I got you.
It was like, man, like bro, I think I realized like how much football really meant to me, and how much like I just learned to appreciate the game more. Cause like certain stuff, like you get a lot off your chest from football. Well, I do.
Yeah.
So it's like, dang, it was hard to get that off my chest and
Put all that energy in the
put
game
all the energy in the
week.
game.
Yeah, I get that for
and
sure.
then it was like, so I'm practicing, and I'm not getting the results that
Yeah.
I want. Like, you practice just to go in the game and show out.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was the biggest challenge I ever faced in my life, actually.
And especially at like that point in your career too. Like you're
Yeah.
just ready. You're ready to get out there, ready to get started, and then
Then
But
it's my
it's tough not
junior.
to
It's my
see.
junior year,
yeah,
and then I'm seeing everybody else blow up beside me. Like I'm seeing
yeah,
everybody blow up. All my friends blowing up. All my friends getting offers, going here, and I'm just like,
You only have one person in this room.
oh,
all right.
okay, we'll wrap it up.
Then I'm
He
just
can
sitting here like, dang, seeing everybody like do what I want to do. So
Yeah.
it was tough. I overcame it by like, I honestly think that's why I like found my faith. Like I just prayed a lot.
Mm.
Like I ain't have nothing else to do. Like I couldn't get mad at no coach. I couldn't get mad at my parents.
Yeah,
I just literally just like had to take it. So I kind of just, I think in that time I looked at what everybody else did, like as far as how they went about their game. Like I took a lot of different pieces from everybody and I just applied what I wanted to me. And I think it allowed me to get better. So I think just, yeah, but that whole time, it was a crazy time. That was crazy.
yeah. ASU library don't like us being in here, so we're gonna.
They hate
Zeke's
me.
gonna go ahead and do the last
Last
question.
So
Good timing, I
outside of
guess.
football, what are your interests or hobbies, and how do they contribute to your overall development as an athlete?
Yeah, outside of football, I really like to draw. I draw a lot. I draw a lot. That's pretty like my biggest hobby.
Mhm.
Other than that, I play games and stuff just like normal people. I like basketball,
Mhm.
and I like stuff like that.
You
I
ever
like,
play basketball?
yeah, I play basketball in middle school and stuff too.
Mhm.
I like watching sports, so
Yeah,
like I like watching women's basketball. I like watching boxing, tennis.
yeah, for sure.
I just like watching just athletes, really.
Yeah,
But I think my biggest hobby that contributes to, like on the field or as an athlete, is probably drawing, cause it just allows your mind to just be creative.
Yeah.
sharpens
like-
it too.
Yeah, and like in football, everything is not just about like the X's and O's. Like you got to be creative.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
like running the ball is more.
Especially running the ball. You gotta have
It's
vision.
more than just about just seeing where you're supposed to be. It's
Yeah.
like you gotta have a picture of how to set, like envision a line and just moving, everybody moving, and like linebackers are coming, and you gotta have a picture of how to set him up in order to go a certain way. Like you gotta be creative. Like,
Yeah.
you can't just be a robot and just go.
yeah. I definitely
Like-
see how that applies. Actually,
Yeah,
now that
so you
bring
could
it up like
always,
that.
so you could always like play it in your head. So it's your creativity on the field.
Yeah.
Like, you know. So I mean, that's just how it translates to the game. And I think that it just it keeps me sharp. Like drawing, I don't like messing up. I hate messing up.
Yeah,
So it allows me to like translate that to playbooks and stuff like staying poised on my assignments, my details. So it allowed me to like just stay locked in really.
well, I think that
That's
just
it.
about
Yeah.
wraps it up. We greatly appreciate you for
Yeah,
coming
we
out this
appreciate you a
episode,
lot.
For sure.
and
Had fun.
appreciate everyone for watching. And we will definitely see you guys next time.